Well, what's up, y'all? It's your girl Camera, and you're watching Camera Music TV. So I was watching the Here's the Thing live with Angel, that chick Angel, and Kev on stage, and you know, in the comments, doing my little thing here at my desk, all these computers and stuff going on. And somebody put in the comments that the Red Table Talk had just been uploaded. It was on Facebook, it's live, it's ready to go. You guys know that we were waiting for Jada to respond to the accusations of August putting it out there that they had a thing going on. All right, so she went ahead and posted her response. This is a reaction video. If you are new here, make sure you subscribe down below. Comment your thoughts down below on the video. Okay, her explanation, what August had to say, just what you think about the whole thing. If you don't follow me on Instagram and Twitter, shame on you. Follow me now at Camera Music TV on both platforms, and let's get into this video. All right, so August had an interview with Angela Yee last week. He put out his album, put out this documentary, and you know, was doing press for this album, 20-track album, State of Emergency. Put out this like 5-part documentary on YouTube, and so you know, August's name was back out there. In the interview, he says that Will Smith gave his blessing for him to, you know, have relations or have this deeper type of situation with Jada Pinkett, right? So everybody feeling like, first of all, you kissing and telling if it is true. Second of all, is it true? Third of all, we had all come to believe that Will and Jada was in an open relationship, so really is this news? But why August? Then another thing that we're thinking is, wow, Jada's like considerably older than this guy, like 20-30 years older, has kids his age, and you know, did she take advantage of him? Because we know August Alsina has had this hard life, right? So all of this is going on in the news, in the blogs. Everybody's speculating, everybody is, you know, putting up the funny little memes and gifs, and it's like a whole thing. Okay, so remember that there had been buzzings about this because August Alsina was on Red Table Talk, and he had also put out a song that was like, oh, no something, nobody's business or something, and the lyrics and the art for the song was like text messages, and it was from somebody with Jada's middle name, and so it was just like, wow, you really putting it all out there, right? So all that going on. So today, you know, this is a week goes by, everybody's like, okay, Jada, what's gonna go down? What are you gonna say? You need to call yourself to the table, because the Red Table Talk is the place where all the black celebs, all the people come, where they have to like face the music, right? Snoop Dogg had to go, Jordan Woods went, T.I. went. Like, it's when you get in trouble, you come there, and Jada, her mama, and her daughter, like, oh, they make it all better, and they ask the questions that we want to know, right? So we like, okay, Jada, what's good? Like, you need to sit down. You need to let us know what's going on. So that was today. So I thought Jada was just going to be talking to us, you know, just her on camera. But no, her husband was on there, Will V. Smith, and he was asking the questions. And, you know, at first, the intro for the video, because the video it just starts. It's about 13 minutes long, and it just starts. It ain't no intro, it ain't none of that, okay? She just starts talking. And I'm talking about she took the longest walk around the point. I was like, Jada, girl, this will go a whole lot smoother if you just say out the gate what it is. And that's how I could tell, like, guilt. She already had guilt, okay, starting out, okay? So she starts with this long explanation, and then Will's kind of sitting there like, okay, so what happened, Jada? What did you do, Jada? And that to me was kind of weird, because it's like your husband, which in most cases in our community, the black man not gonna sit there that calm. So I was kind of like giving props to the calm that he was presenting, and then the restraint that she was presenting, because you could tell as they got into the conversation that Will had his dirt too, and she didn't put it out there. So it was just kind of like, okay, so a few things, right? She starts talking about how, you know, they were separated. So they, you know, he agrees. He's like, yes, we were separated at this point. This is some years ago. And, you know, August came to her because she needed some help, or he needed some help dealing with some things. And you know, for lack of a better word, she kind of gets into this whole like, and I just wanted to feel good. So then it brings up one of those points that we brought up. Like, did she manipulate a situation, or did she take advantage of August in his time of, you know, clearly needing something from her? Maybe it could have been a motherly love that he needed, but and she gave that and then kind of melded it into like a romantic thing. So did she kind of take advantage? Another side of that is he's grown. He is, you know, of age, and he is older. Well, he's not older than her, but he's not like, he's not immature, you know. So he's been through a lot of things in his life that has caused him to grow up a lot faster than he should have. Yes. Okay. So, and then it was platonic, right? So he wanted this to go down. It wasn't like he gonna say no. I mean, who gonna say no to Jada Pinkett Smith? Okay. So when she's talking about that part, I'm just like, oh, okay. So she's saying she wanted to feel good. This is where I have a problem though. It wasn't like, because I can guarantee you Will Smith had lots of people on the side, but he probably had NDAs queued up, like, y'all gonna need to sign these NDAs because we not about to destroy this family unit. Like, I'm looked at as this type of brand, my wife, our family, our kids, like, so y'all not about to mess that up, so sign this NDA. Jada, on the other hand, probably was doing her own thing, and maybe it kind of feels like a confidence, like she had a confidence like nothing was gonna happen, or she wasn't gonna get put out there because she just had such an influence on August. My question is, why did you choose another celebrity? Did you think he wasn't gonna say nothing? I mean, I don't know why August said something anyway, because like, what did you gain except for the fact that he's in love? I really think that he loved her, and he just, like, it was eating him up. And so he felt like he needed to say something. And maybe, you know, when you sitting at home and you feel like, oh, y'all ain't all what everybody think y'all are because I was with you and we was in a whole relationship and that was during your marriage. Like, maybe he just felt like, okay, I'm gonna get mine. Because if you haven't seen it, please go watch it. When she's sitting there saying, you know, I haven't even spoken to him, she must have said that like 6 times in the interview. So it's just like, okay, girl, do you want to call him right now? Like, you talking to your husband and you saying like, and you know, I haven't talked to Og in you know, like a really long time. It's just like, okay, girl, like, here you go, call him up. And Will, you can see the frustration in his face, even though like it was like petty mixed with like, I'm with you, I'm your teammate, mixed with you got me out here looking crazy, but this is payback, or I'm gonna get mine. He said that like, I'm gonna get you back. And she was like, let's not act like you ain't did nothing, you know, enough to get me back by now. He was like, oh no, like, I'm gonna get you back. So I'm thinking like, yeah, he's probably done his cheating. Well, not cheating because they probably agree, but he's probably done his stepping out. But his thing is probably like, don't nobody know that. I ain't put you out here and had you embarrassed and had you all this stuff. And so I kind of feel like Jada could have put him out there. She could have said, you know, but what about your stuff? It just like, she just stood there and took it all. And I'm kind of wondering like why she didn't say nothing about his stuff. Maybe because she didn't want it to become a tit for tat. Like, let me just admit my wrongs and admit what I did. But honey, I was like, oh, we really just gonna talk to our whole husband about our side relationship? And like, he was asking the questions we want to know. After when she said it was an entanglement, I was like, Will was like us. He was like, oh, no. It wasn't no what was it? Because it wasn't no entanglement. And that's where I had the problem. You could tell Jada was trying to like back on up out of it. Because like you said, it was only like 13 minutes long. And you know, after a certain amount of time, it started getting repetitive. They started kind of making excuses and reasons of why they work, and them saying like, bad marriage for life. I was like, oh, this don't sit right with me. I mean, all these people that champion for these black celebrity couples or celebrity couples period, and be like, oh, I want to be the next Will and Jada, the next Beyonce, Jay-Z, and I want to love like D Wade and Gabrielle Union, or I want to love like Iman and Tiana. Like, everybody got their stuff, and we would be fools to put out like the bad in our relationships for other people to marvel and revel at. So of course people just put out the good. So, you know, when you see these celebrities pop up and they doing stuff that you never would have imagined, that's why y'all get let down so hard, because y'all put these celebrities so high up on a pedestal. So I hope y'all will stop doing that, because God forbid the Obamas come out with some mess. I really don't think they will, but if they do, I just don't want y'all to get let down so hard. Okay, so let me see what else. The fact that they were separated at a time and we had no clue. I know a lot of people was like, what, y'all was separated? But you remember, we were operating under the notion that they were in a open relationship. So we never once thought, like, I mean, to me it was shocking that they started this whole Red Table Talk thing, because they seemed like they were nice people, but they were still like pretty private people. So when you say like you just about to start talking about all this stuff, like deep thoughts and mental health and all this stuff, like your stuff is gonna come up on the chopping block. And I seen Tony Baker tweet, and he was like, if I ever get big and my, you know, me and my girl or wife go through stuff, I don't owe y'all no explanation. And it brings into question, like, as an influencer, how much of your life are you supposed to share with people? If you're a celebrity and your business is, you know, being approachable, being a friendly, nice guy, and then something happens that doesn't coincide with the personality that you put out there, do you have to explain it? Or are you just supposed to put out the image that you're supposed to put out? I feel like they did need to explain it, because she had August Alsina on her show. They advocate for this like family lifestyle, and then they have people on the show when they do stuff kind of calling them to the carpet. They had T.I. and Tiny on there talking about their whole business on there. They had, you know, it's just like at this point in time in the world, in society, we not really down with the like covert, you know, put things under the rug type of thing. Everybody wants to know the real. I mean, they done took Uncle Ben down, Aunt Jemima down. Like, people are dealing with realities. So I think Jada knew, like, I can't just let this pass. Like, they're gonna keep memeing me, they're gonna keep gifting me. Like, I gotta get out here in these streets and talk about this. Okay, so I want to know what y'all think down in the comments. I really do, because she looks like she misses him. Will looks like he ain't really quite over it. Like, he's still upset, because you got to remember, he dealt with it back then and then had to deal with it like when because she just had him like with them on the family vacations and the pictures and stuff. So I mean, it's like, if y'all had a whole relationship, then we couldn't even say like he was hanging with Jada or he was hanging with Willow. No, he was hanging with you. And so, you know, for her to be like, she was trying to explain like, you know, I don't think that Og was saying that you gave your blessing. I think the way that he perceived, I was just like, girl, like, are you really trying to explain like to your husband on camera? Like, there's a lot of things that they just did not have to address. She could have got on there, straight pan to the camera, and just been like, I had a relationship with August. My husband and I were separated. And then, you know, I'm not even gonna say deadpan to the camera. They could have had their two, you know, one-on-one thing. But she could have explained we were separated at one point, and Will could have agreed. And she said, instead of, you know, just messing around with people, you know, even though I felt like we were both on our way out, I had a whole relationship, and that is how we got where we are. Yes, we've gotten past it, we've healed past it. And essentially they did say that, but she kept going back into like, you know, I haven't spoken to him since, and this was such a long time ago. But it really wasn't that long ago that he was on Red Table Talk. And then you could see that Will had some conflicting feelings, because it was like he wanted to be petty. They were laughing at stuff that was not funny. It just was like, girl. And I have never clicked on a link the last time I clicked on a link so fast, well, every time I click on a link real fast, is when Beyonce dropped something. And then the last time was when Beyonce dropped that self-title in the middle of the night after Scandal had went off, okay? Or Scandal or How to Get Away with Murder. But this it just took me, because it's just like, August say he done. Jada don't look like she done. They basically just told us that they had an open marriage at some point, but they're done saying that this is a marriage. They say that they're a partnership or life partners, and they slapped fives, they didn't hug, they didn't kiss. Will looked irritated and annoyed in his face. Jada looked, you know, remorseful for. She didn't look remorseful about the act. She looked like she was like biting her tongue to explain herself. So she felt bad for it becoming a spectacle. I don't think she felt bad for doing it because I don't think she felt wrong. She said she didn't have no transgressions. Okay, y'all let me know what y'all thought about that down below. I know that we all gonna be talking about it. It's gonna be memed and gift up. I'm Cameray. This is Cameray Music TV. I know I owe you guys a Greenleaf review, and I think my weekly wrap-ups are coming back. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.